As Dustin
Actually,
said, it's that
hey,
time of year, guys.
it's that time of year. You betcha.
Welcome to today's bite, brought to you by Bobby Garland Baits. This is our weekly stream. We do it every week. I got the stash, but we got a guest on this week, and we get a lot of questions about Bobby Garland Baits. So we said, "Hey, Skylar, come
This
on
is the
here and
man.
help us out with this."
This
So,
is the
Skylar,
man.
do an introduction for yourself there.
So I'm Skylar St.yves. I am the brand manager for Bobby Garland Crappie Baits. Live in Chandler, Oklahoma. So I'm about halfway in between Oklahoma City and Tulsa, and just never ending battle of dealing with you two knuckleheads.
There you go.
And many
The
more.
truth's out.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
guys are getting it going for us tonight. Hit the 25K Crappie Connection. We're going to get it started tonight. Got a lot of stuff on here. We're going to talk about baits, how they're produced, and colors, and kind of the nuts and bolts of actually Bobby Garland, even some of the back history. We're going to talk about it even tonight. But if you guys got questions about colors, hey, this is the guy to ask.
It's
We're
just
going
a
we're going to let you
guy.
get it.
There's,
Anything
there's,
Bobby Garland.
yeah,
Anything
there's
Bobby
your
Garland.
chance.
Bring it on. You bet.
Here's your chance. That's right.
This is
But
exciting. I
Dustin,
kind of feel
how's it
bad
going
for you
over
though,
there?
Skyler, because you're gonna get
What's
it.
that's fine. I can't see the
Yeah.
questions on my
Oh, that's
phone, so you
good.
guys are gonna have
Even
to read them
better.
out to me.
Good. I should be getting the phone from the wife here shortly. It sounds like the boy was not ready to come inside because it's still daylight outside. And normally he's almost in bed, but it's still time to play. We got that daylight savings that gave us some extra time to fish out there this evening. But the weather is great. It's super windy right now, blowing in a storm tonight. Skylar said he's getting ready to probably get hit, but it's blowing in a pretty nasty storm. It's been 20, 30 mile per hour wind all day long today. And so I'm expecting a pretty nasty storm tonight into the morning. A cold front coming Sunday and Monday, I believe. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, the weather looks just what you dream it to be in the 80s and low 50s at night. It should be some incredible weather. Should be time to smash some fish. The fishing's starting to get good, but Brad, I let off with the fishing report last time. It's your turn to
Yeah.
give us yours because I know you're fishing a lot more than I am right now, but it's getting ready to pick up.
Ah, man, I've been slammed, and kind of as Dustin described, ever since last Tuesday, and I think even before that, the wind has been a key for me. Fighting the wind every day, and just really having to decide where I can fish based on the wind forecast and actually how the wind's doing out on there. The fishing's been good. Our fish are transitioning into a full spawning mode right now. Today was the
Jeez.
first day I really didn't see fish suspended out in the deep water much. Most of them that I caught today were anywhere from 4 foot of water, about to 14, but that 16 plus, I really didn't see any fish out there. So I had to concentrate on stumps and ledges. Had a real good day, but fighting the wind, man, it's what I think about springtime, March and April is you gotta fish where you can,
Yeah,
especially on these
exactly.
big waterways for us. Is I look at the wind forecast every night and I'm like, man, all right, we got another day of southwest wind. That's going to limit me a lot, but luckily enough, that's where kind of going back on experience. Where can you go this time of year and kind of make sure that one we're safe at the end of the day, but also we're on fish throughout the day. But to me, colors have been really important this week. Grenada Gold has been hot all last week as well, but I had a new bait kind of show up today uh, that took Grenada Gold's place a little bit from yesterday.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
But it's not far off. You won't be too shocked,
Double
Dustin.
silver
But
rainbow. Let me just go
no,
ahead and get.
no,
Oh man.
no, close. As
uh,
far as going
the
back
glitter.
to
What does it got blue
no,
in it?
no,
Oh
sir.
god.
You
All
should
right.
know this color. I say it a
I
lot as
was.
well, but
Mm.
the old faithful mud dauber here.
Oh gosh, that is far off. It didn't have no glitter in it. I was thinking glitter
Yeah.
bait.
No glitter,
Okay,
but for
fair
us,
enough.
our lake's been low here. It's been low all winter long, and then with all the rains over the last couple of days, the lake's jumped up a foot. Which for us, that's a lot. That's a lot of water coming back into the lake to get it a foot in about three
Yeah.
days.
Hmm.
I don't really think it put a lot of current in the lake or anything. Um, I think it's where it's needed to be. So I
Yeah.
was very thankful we got the rain to bring the lake up. I think some of the boat ramps that's kind of been shut off should be back accessible now.
Yeah.
But for me was mud dauber, fishing for fish on structure mainly. And another thing I kind of saw was if you got too far away from the deep water, I didn't see as many fish. So the fish still wanted to go shallow, but also they wanted to stick to some of the deeper ledges next to them. Uh, and I'm sure it's just being prepared for these cold fronts that we're going to
Yeah.
get still
Did you catch a
coming.
lot of roamers?
Not a whole
No.
lot
So
compared
okay,
to
so
last
I've
week.
got a question for you too on that. So my Grand Lake fishing report, I just went yesterday, and I've really got a lot of trips booked up. I've been trying to keep an eye on them for when it's good enough to take clients out, and it's right there. But the rain just slowed everything down. We had a good big rain, the same as you just talked about,
Hmm.
and it raised us 2 foot. It's just now slowing down, and we had current and everything. It blew in. There's some trash in the lake, even in the lakeside. But you can see the mud line going through the whole lake. You can
Oh,
see where it's at. Yeah, we're halfway through the lake now, but it's working towards the dam. But the fishing didn't slow down near as much as I thought it would. I was nervous to go yesterday. I wasn't even going to go with them, with the current coming in, but I have to with the trips coming up, try to stay on top of it. And I was surprised how many fish weren't roaming and how much I found on structure and stuff. And that probably is due to the current pulling. Maybe they stuck to it. But I also noticed everything else gets out of the current. So all my places that are
mhm.
holding crappie this time of year are full of trash fish and shad. And when I say full of
Yeah.
shad, like you can't see anything hardly but shad, and they're all flickering on top, popping. And I learned real fast, if you see any of that, you might as well just keep going because it is a waste of your time to pull in there and everything. I'm sure there's plenty of crappie in there, but you just cannot see them. There's that much shad and everything that's pulled in there to get out
Yeah.
of the current as well. So what sucks about that, I'm sure they'll go back out into the big water as soon as that current slows down. But that's what's tough right now is you run to where you're normally catching crappie this time of year, and it's just everything is in there, and instead of just crappie. So you have to find places and little pockets to where there's not near as many shad, and you'll find crappie, and they are eating. I'm telling you. And
Mhm.
Grand Lake right now is doing the best on size I've ever seen, hands down. I've caught several 2 pounders over the last week of fishing, and usually it's not a normal fish to catch at Grand Lake, but something
Yeah.
has changed in the last 2 years. Something has changed because there's a lot of pound and a half to 2 pound fish to be caught. But I had to switch up the bait presentation due to the muddy water because it was, sweet tea. Now we're in chocolate milk, but the water temperature is huge this time of year. And another thing I just keep jumping all over. It's 56 degrees now. We were at 48, 49 last week.
Yeah.
And now it's
Yeah.
now it's 56. Huge jump, and the fish get way more aggressive. I'm using a live roamer and outlaw and bluegrass, two colors that did me really good
Mm.
last year. And it's just I'm using them a lot earlier this year. But those two colors were absolutely throttling them yesterday. So I expect outlaw to be good for a while with that muddy water for sure.
I had something that showed up really prevalent yesterday in our waterway, and is the pollen,
Oh
which
boy,
for
not
guys that
already.
use a lot of, oh, it's here, man. It is. Yesterday it showed up, and even when we're on the lake, it looked like a haze through the air. The pollen was so thick, and surrounded a lot of pine trees, so it's all the pine tree pollen. But it really showed up in the water yesterday, and it took a while to get my screen adjusted for pollen. And for me, I kind of cut down my gain, hike up my color gain, I believe it is, and my color
Yeah,
limit down. And for me, I have to really adjust the screen a lot, even throughout the day, because it seems like I'll get in
oh my goodness.
some section of the lake, the pollen's worse than the other. So it's a lot of adjustment of your screens this time of year. Would love to know what you guys, as far as your
Yeah,
thoughts
I
on
remember that
pollen,
was a
is it
really
showing up
big
yet?
deal. Really big deal
Yeah.
last year, but it hasn't showed up yet here. And I may be
Mm.
crazy, but I almost think it's worse when the water's muddier. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's so thick it really holds on to it instead of letting it go. But man, it is just tougher in that muddy water. feel for you there, Brad. I can't wait for the pollen to
Mm.
get thick here. The wind don't help that either any at all. So Skylar, I know it's your busy season, but have you been able to fish at all? A little bit here and
Uh,
there, maybe.
yeah, I haven't been out. I haven't been out in a couple of weeks. I think the last time I was out, water temps were still trying to get over 50. They were
Oh yeah,
49,
yeah.
50. I think yeah, I got out. I got out right before we did the fish fry over at Bradco, so that would have been 2.5 weeks ago. I mean, still warm for that time of year. Certainly, I mean, 10 degrees warmer you'd
Oh yeah.
probably expect in
Yep.
mid to end of February. But yeah, I mean, from what I've been seeing, talking to our guys, especially around the south and the mid latitudes, definitely making that heavy push for pre spawn right
Oh
now.
yeah. Which is crazy. It does feel a little early, but it's gonna end up lining up, I'm sure. You get those cold snaps that snap everything back a week or two, and then it jumps forward, back and forth. But guys, everybody that's just jumping on, oh, I just cut out, I think.
No, I see. You're good, Dustin.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry, I thought it cut me out. For everybody jumping on, this
No.
is Skylar from Bobby Garland Baits. All of our Bobby Garland questions. This is the man. I see people keep coming on
Yeah.
and lining up. So this is the guy for all the Bobby Garland questions. He runs the show for that program. So instead of getting us, it's him. It's his turn. Put him on the spot. All the questions we can't answer. This is the guy. Man,
Well,
I would dream to talk to this guy if I was on the show.
Yeah, all the promises that you
It's-
make that you ain't
yeah.
got the power to make over there.
Exactly. Actually, you know what?
Skylar, I got a question that I don't know, and you might not know off the top of your head, but how many colors, how many SKUs is there actually of Bobby Garland baits as far as like a
Yes.
baby shad's got 60 or stroller's got 24? What's the total count of different Bobby Garland jig baits out there right now?
It's a good one.
So between terminal, soft plastic kits and accessories and some one-off stuff, we're currently like today somewhere in the mid 500s, 530, 540.
We should have had a guess for
Um,
that because no one, I don't think I'd have got close.
we Now a fifth of that is made up of baby shad, and we have 100 active colors of baby shad right now. So
Wow.
Wow.
100 total baby shad, and then 420 to 440 of everything else.
Hmm.
Next biggest bait line is going to be the baby shad swimmer. That's got 48
Mm,
active colors.
man.
Um, and then just depending on the retailer or the bait shop, it's going to be either a slab slayer or a stroller. At one point, we had 51 2-inch slab slayers, um, and then we had 48 strollers. So we're cutting some colors down here this year. We'll have a big deletion at the end of the year of most people won't even notice. I'm sure there'll be, a few people chewing our ears out. That's how it goes.
There always
Bait
will
shop
be.
somewhere. I
Oh
mean, we
yeah.
still
Yes,
we still
for
get
sure.
killed for butterbelly in North
Oh my
Carolina.
gosh. We've heard of
We
that
do
color on here a few times. Yeah.
we do a custom for bait shop owners. We'll do a custom run of either a deleted color or of an exclusive color that they come up
Yeah.
with, for if they do 600 bags. So that's a lot for a bait shop, for a singular.
Yep.
So but if they've got a color like Butterbelly in North Carolina,
Hmm.
or like Fish USA did the monkey minnow last year, which is like a live minnow back with a monkey milk
Belly.
belly.
Yeah.
Those ones they'll sell, every year or two, so they come back and get more. But that's what we try to
Gotcha.
do now that we're a major manufacturer is 600 bags and we'll make it for you. But other than that,
Gotcha.
kind of got to cater around, do the whole
Hmm.
entire country, and major
Yep.
retailers kind of drive that. So
That's
Is
crazy.
the
Oh,
double silver rainbow still coming the stroller? I know it did for a while. I'm not sure if it's still on the
yeah.
list right now.
Seen Roy ask
yeah,
that.
it's still active on there. Then we also still have like Shiny Heiny, which
Mm-hmm.
is basically double silver rainbow with the pearl white tail instead of it finishing all the way out. But yeah, colors. I mean, I think everybody's seeing with forward facing that it's kind of coming in a little bit. I mean, there's certainly color patterns, shades um, that will always be popular, that will always catch fish, and we'll always experiment with stuff
Oh
to
yeah.
see what we can come up with. But yeah, I mean, when you've got 10 different shades of pink and purple, at some
Yeah.
Yeah.
point you're going to start losing a few of them. So we're trying to
Yeah.
do that through this year because we got a bunch of new stuff coming, both soft plastics and jig heads coming in July.
Oh.
Then a big new project coming in the fall. So we've kind of been wiping everything, doing some good housekeeping this
Yeah. Yeah.
this year to get ready so that we can
Yeah.
kind of go back into growth mode again with some new stuff.
One of the
Well,
big announcements he's making, guys, is we're making color out of turnip greens, Brad.
that's probably, you knew it was going
It's
to get asked.
oh yeah, for sure. So a huge deal on here, Skylar, is everybody's making fun of me because I never heard of turnip greens, and I mean it's been an ongoing thing for like 2 months, and
No,
they're
maybe
all
3.
saying we need to make a Bobby Garland color of turnip greens.
Just for
That'd be
Dustin.
great.
Yeah.
600
Yeah,
bags, we can do it.
yeah, we
You
can do
got
Um,
green.
600.
You
But
got
hey, we
Green
just need a
Hornet.
bunch of
It's
people.
pretty close.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. See, we aren't that good yet, Skylar. Trey Garza has
Oh,
a
we
good
know.
um,
question. Hey, he said he really enjoys Bobby Garland plastics. What is your single best-selling color and lure model? That's a really good question as well that I'd love to know.
but I know it.
Okay,
Baby shad monkey milk by
Mm-hmm.
by
a
such a
landslide.
wide it's such a wide margin that I mean it's ridiculous of the margin.
Baby Chad Monkey Milk. It still is number one by far. That's
Not even
crazy.
it's not close. I mean
Wow.
we produce we produce hundreds. I mean we're at in a year cycle because we'll produce more than we ultimately actually sell,
Yeah.
that ends up in different stores so that we have safety stock. But with that, I mean, you're talking going through upwards of like 80, 90, 100,000 bags a year of monkey milk in the baby shad.
Dang,
So
that's incredible. So,
blue
wow, Monkey Milk still
blue
holding.
ice blue ice baby
Wow.
shad. I mean, your baby shad are going to be the top no matter what.
Yeah, give
You
us
got
like
Yeah.
top five off the top that you think.
So it'll be monkey milk, and this is just baby shad because baby
Yeah,
shad
yeah.
dominate the top
It
probably
still is
10 or
dominant.
15. Yeah,
Wow.
top sellers. So monkey milk's number one, blue ice is number two, and then kind of depending on where you're at, like in the country, it's going to be a combination of like these next eight colors. It'll be in some order, but it'll
Yeah,
always
yeah.
be. So it'll be blue thunder,
Cajun cricket.
crystal, pearl white, bluegrass, electric chicken, lights out, Cajun cricket, um,
For
and
sure.
then and then it's like a really close between like threadfin shad, live minnow, some of the natural
Yeah, yeah,
colors.
natural stuff. That's amazing
Yeah,
that yeah, I could see Cajun cricket being up there for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
So second has to be the swimmer or the baby shad.
yeah. Baby shad swimmer probably in monkey milk
Yeah,
is going to be
I'll
as
take it.
far as a next model of having like the
Yeah,
top seller is going to be in that, but there's
recently.
it's really starting to level out below that. Before it was baby shad and then baby shad swimmer. Now with
Yeah.
especially like the itty bit slab hunter,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
now that the mayfly is in a 12 count bag instead of the 50 count bag,
Phenomenal.
that's
Yeah.
that one's flying off the shelves in Bass Pro now that guys don't have
Yeah.
to pay
I will
nine
say.
ninety nine to
So
get
I
them.
was
So
surprised the swimmer and the mayflies when I was there was probably it had to be 80-90%. Like they would ask me for a color, and when I showed them it in baby shad, they're like, "Yeah, I want that, but in the swimmer." There was a
yeah.
lot of folks that were liking the swimmer a lot.
Well, you still have, I mean, at the end of the day, the one thing like I don't hear enough of, which is just crazy, it's like soft plastic baits are customizable. So
Oh yeah,
when they come
that's
out
true.
of the bag, you don't need to
Hmm.
fish it that way. It's not a crankbait. And the thing with like a swimmer is you got that little tail and that bumper back there, but you've also
Hmm.
got a joint, and it's the same exact body as a baby shad. So when you
Hmm.
pull that out of a bag, even though it's listed at 2.25 inches versus 2 inches, well, you can shave just a little bit off of that nose. And then some
That's
guys, if they don't really want to swim it, you just cut that bumper off, and now you got a baby shad tail with a joint.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
like
getting
that.
extra action without doing
yeah,
anything. So a
that's a good
lot of
point.
the yeah, a lot of the 65-plus-year-old crowd who
That's why they
basically
were doing
built
me like
Bobby
that.
Garland, that's where your
Yeah.
baby shad swimmer came from. Those are the guys
Mhm.
who
Hmm.
still they bust out a pair of scissors and cut those baits up when they get them out of the
Gotcha.
bag.
That makes sense for sure.
It's going down, guys. I think right now we're at 163 likes between the two platforms. We need some more likes, and keep them coming. We'll keep these questions for Mr. Skylar here, and we're going to talk about crappie fishing some more. Let's hear your guys' favorite color out there at home. We'd
Hmm.
like to hear it. Skylar
Oh
likes
yeah.
to hear it.
Favorite color and
Uh,
favorite style for sure. I would like that as well. Live roamer has to have. I mean, it's got to be stepping up. That bait to me, that is a killer. I use it a lot, but I'm also sniping a lot. It's really good for roaming fish, putting it on that dead presentation and just setting it on them heads. But I'll be using live roamer a lot in the next couple months.
Yeah, we got 25 colors of the live roamer. I plan
Hmm.
on bringing that up to 32 sometime here in the
That's sweet.
next year or so.
Sweet.
Trying to even everything out so it makes it easier for me. Like
I
multiples
bet.
of 18,
Yeah.
24, 32.
Yeah.
It's like
I can't
when
believe
it's
you remember all that. It's pretty impressive.
Miss Reggie Himley said, "Whatever you do, don't cut Grenada Gold or the Monkey Milk."
Monkey milk ain't going nowhere.
No,
And I
Monkey Milk
guarantee you,
son.
Grenada Gold they need. Yeah.
It says, Rip Lip says, how hard is it for you guys to make the mayfly due to all the little legs?
the bait itself, like the itty
Yes.
Mhm.
bit one.
No,
Um,
well, either one.
Yeah, how you
yeah.
connect all
So
the
I mean, in today's world of like bait making, I mean, the technology has come so far of, producing these molds, and then it's an injection mold. We typically are running 10 gallons of plastisol at a time when we shoot. So, like with the baby shad, our master mold, we shoot 200 baby shads every 90 seconds. And then those come off in runners. I want to say that the itty bit mayfly was it's not as
But,
many. I picked all of them that I send you guys every time we come out with a new bait.
oh
So I
geez.
want to say the baby. I want to say that our master mold on that we were only producing like maybe 50 or 100 on either side,
Well, you
but
do
it's
love us. Down deep you do love us.
yeah those care packages you get every summer.
That's
I'm
right. Hand
that's
picked.
2 days of my wife cussing me out at the kitchen table of picking and putting
oh, yeah.
boxes together and
Oh yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, so really, it starts on a computer program. So just like any engineering project that you would do, whether you're building a bridge, building a house, we have so it basically starts with me and my, terrible artistic skills coming up, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, scratching it down on a notebook piece of paper, and then meeting with our engineer. And then from there, they ask questions and we go through it and we put it into a computer program to actually get the 3D rendering of what
Oh
that
yeah.
bait is going to look like. And we'll go through I mean, we've been on a hot streak lately where we've kind of gotten it right, like on the first go around, which is not
Hmm.
easy to do. Um, but if there's lots of little details and something comes out and you pour it, then we'll do like a 3D model and we'll just print one up and see if we kind of like the shape. And then once we're good, we'll actually make a master mold. So the molds are made out of pure aluminum and they go into a machine that laser etches them with water, and it cuts all the detail into the mold. And then once
Huh.
we have the master mold, it's hooked up to all of our machinery that we run the different levels of plastisol, color, glitter, all that, and then it shoots into the mold and then it fills the mold out. And on a new mold with a good machine, it's not that difficult. Some of our Garland machines that are 25, 30 years old, we got to do a lot of creative troubleshooting throughout the
I
course
bet.
of a work week sometimes
Yeah.
because you can't get some of those appendages to fill out. You're not getting the
Yeah.
Mhm.
pressure and all the things that you need. I see a lot of stuff now that's really cool, both on social media and on websites of guys who do like hand pours in their garage of molds,
Oh
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
can you can do some really cool stuff with hand
Hmm.
injections, but you're adding the layers as they go, and the time consuming of that just to produce 100 baits might
Yeah.
take a guy
Yeah, yeah.
hours, and we're
Hmm.
producing tens of thousands of baits every day. I mean,
Yeah,
365, tens of thousands of baits in all different shapes and sizes. So,
that's
um,
crazy.
yeah, the
Um,
the mayfly doesn't give us, to answer that question. The mayfly doesn't give us a ton of problems, even for all the detail on it. I would say the ones that are a little bit harder to pour that can give you problems are like the slab slayer. That tail is so thin when it gets to the end that keeping what we call flash off of it, which is essentially just extra material, the
yeah.
plastic, it pulls out, and so
Mhm.
instead of getting that shape, it ends up tearing or you get too much on it. So those really, really thin tails, like the minnow minder and the slab slayer on older machines or molds, definitely are the ones that are the hardest, that give us the most problems.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Jerry asked, "Do you let people walk around the plant to see how they were made? See how they're made?"
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we've done. I mean, it's not an open museum,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Exactly.
yeah,
I
we take groups of people through.
Yeah,
If there's we're so our headquarters now, we used to be on Route 66, just on the south side of Tulsa. Now we're owned by Pradco Outdoor Brands, and Pradco Fishing is headquartered in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and
yeah.
so
That's a
that's
really
we've
neat
got.
plant.
Yeah, we've got our plant there, and then we also own a plant down in Paranza, Guatemala, and that's where we do the majority of our production for Garland. Once we've troubleshot, new baits, things like that, we always run them in Fort Smith. But we built a factory in Guatemala. It's been a while now, but so all of our coworkers and everybody, they work down there, and just try to keep economical pricing for Garland,
Mhm.
especially these days with tariffs and
Oh yeah.
crazy inflation of our. We were one of the few companies in fishing that here in this last year we chose against doing any price increases to keep our soft plastics at 3.99. So
Hmm.
our our friends and family working down there in Parense, Guatemala, they make the dream work to keep those prices low on the shelves.
Yeah, yeah. It
let's
works.
see.
That plant is amazing. We've walked through it a few times. Brad, you have too. But what I never imagined was how everyone you have people lined up going through those baits one at a time to make sure they're good and packaging them. You would imagine that you wouldn't have that going on there, but that blew my mind when they were all on the table just picking them out and packaging them. That was crazy to me. So that's where like the tears and everything. You guys ought to see the scrap bin of the bad baits. We would die for the bad bait bin. Trust me. I thought, oh my gosh.
This is a cool one right here. Curtis Prince, he says, caught Bobby Garland Slab Slayer Silver Chartreuse caught me a $7,900 fish this weekend at Lake Darbone. I know that was a big deal down at Darbone this weekend.
Yeah, I
Curtis
seen
must have
that as
won the
well.
big fish for 7,900
Yeah,
bucks, man. How
that's what
great
I'm
is
talking
that?
about. Heck
My
He
yeah.
guess is
buys a
that
lot of.
my guess is it was a bright color.
Hmm.
Well, it
Yeah,
was
what he said. Double chartreuse
silver
or
chartreuse.
silver and chartreuse. Is that
Mhm.
double
Yeah.
silver rainbow chartreuse? Is that what he's talking about?
No, it's a
Or is there a
chartreuse
silver chartreuse?
color. Silver chartreuse.
I
Got you.
don't I don't got one in front of me, but
Is that
it's kind of a pearlescent chartreuse all the way through the body, and then it's got silver glitter in it. And
got you? Okay. Okay.
that was a new cut. It's not a new color, but it's a color that we just brought new to the itty bit slab slayer this past fall. But yeah, it's been in the bigger versions. But yeah, that's Steve Dana's down there on Darbone, and he's always killing me for the chartreuses.
hmm
Outlaw
Oh yeah.
Special, Bayou Booger,
Yeah.
anything
Yep.
Darbone
Oh
is
yeah.
is
Those are two.
definitely a chartreuse lake.
When it gets muddy, the chartreuse is a killer color out here as well, for sure.
I got a Grenada Lake fishing report. Guys, get these fishing reports in. We're going to talk about those as well tonight. Grenada Lake report: casting, trolling, or drifting 12 to 15 foot of water out in the main lake, or jigging cover blackened chartreuse or monkey milk, a 1/8 ounce jig head. Plenty of fish in the 2 to 3 pound range being caught. That is no doubt.
Fishing report. Oh yeah. Find the fish. Jordan Sanders from Lake Fork said, "I'm way prettier than you, Brad." I hope you've seen that. By golly,
Well, that is
that's
a
a
typo, I think.
Jordan. Thanks for taking that for me, buddy. That may be the first
That is
comment
a
that was actually nice towards me. Usually it's always the opposite. So I appreciate you, buddy. I need you every once
that
in a
that must have
while.
been a typo. We got to give him uh, something wrong
Oh
with that.
man.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, for me, this pollen has been probably the most challenging. You think of the wind and the different conditions that we get to face every day, and man, pollen this week has just been a killer. But for me, I think one of the things I think a lot of people, and I want you guys to get out some of the things that I've been doing to try to combat that. But I like pausing the screen on my unit. I'll put my jig
yeah.
in there and pause it, and actually go through the settings and try to adjust it. But the pollen, it is that time of season, especially in the southeast United States. Pollen from all these pine trees is flowing like the river. So get ready when you come across your screen looks like it's totally messed up. It's probably going to
Yeah.
be pollen in the water. Pause your screen and adjust your settings, and you should help you out tremendous. It's not going to take it all the way out, but it'll help.
Oh yeah. Trey has a real good one for us. A real good question, real quick. Well, it's not real quick question, but without knowing the light conditions or water clarity or temperature, if you had to pick only a color and model to go fishing with of your location you've never been before, hypothetical challenge. You can only pick six lures. We're gonna go with three just because it'd be faster and easier. But your top three to just go to a new lake and a new area that you have no idea about. Pretty easy for me, but Brad, you start and then Skylar.
Okay, I'm gonna throw double silver rainbow right off in the mix.
Oh yeah, I
Another
like it.
one, which is a new color that I really like, and it's kind of a darker shade. It would be the Cloudy Days. Would be a really good one that I would take
Mm.
out there because it's a darker style bait. So I kind of get with a double silver rainbow, the lighter shine, and the Cloudy
Yeah,
Days
yeah.
and the darker
hmm
conditions.
hmm
And I'm gonna say Cajun Cricket. I think that would kind of cover me pretty good.
It would. I think you're on to something there. You stole one of mine, so I got to rethink.
Are we
I
just
know which
doing?
one.
Are we doing colors or are we doing body styles? Just
Yeah,
colors.
body style too. What body style, Brad?
Wow.
I know what. Yeah, that's a
I,
tough one.
just to be consistent, and I would go with the itty bit slab hunter.
Yeah, cheater. You read my mind. Go
Go
ahead,
Yeah,
for it.
Skylar.
I'm gonna go. You know, take a baby shad for sure. I'm really starting to, it's kind of a toss up. So I'm going to do a 1-1A on my first one. But the two new colors that we got in the baby shad, slab juice, which is kind of a purple back with some
Yeah.
green glitter, and then that kind of shimmer shad belly. That or almond milk. I haven't made a decision on which of
Ooh.
those two if I was going to default on a baby shad, but one of those two. Um, and then the other two would be itty bit slab hunters, Cajun cricket, and then probably lights out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going Cajun cricket for sure. You got to have that just in case of muddy water for the clarity. I would go itty bit slab hunter as well, and then I have to have a baby shad, bleeding shad. I've got to have one of them for clear water, and then it's the third one's real tough. But mm,
We go through this
gosh,
every week.
I got to do my pecan cream live roamer. I got to go with it. It's such a good alternative, clear or muddy water. I've caught fish in both. I got to do that. So I've got my clear and muddy water covered. But that's what I would be in for. If all six of those baits
Um,
or nine of those baits we didn't just name don't catch you fish, then there's something wrong. There's no fish there. That's what that means.
we got some more guys coming in for questions. Going, shoot them out there. We're going to try to answer them all tonight as well. But Alex is asking, has the spawn started in Sardis? And I would say most definitely, I am sure it started in
For sure.
Sardis. But we'll get some answers. The world's best dentist that crappie
Crappie
fishes is
fishing days.
actually
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
crappie
he's here.
fishing dentist. He's here tonight, so I'm sure he can chime in on the Sardis part. But I would just about guarantee they're starting to spawn on the Sardis.
No, yeah, I've seen videos of people catching them out of there with the eggs just running out of them, and usually that's a telltale sign things are going on for sure.
Yep. What about the hummingbird in the stroller? Is it still going to make the cut as far as Greg's asking?
Yep. Hummingbird and stroller still be there.
The
What about Grenada Gold? We gotta have it. We gotta know about Grenada
Grenade,
oh yeah,
Gold.
Grenada Gold's coming back. We're getting, we've got two major new projects that we're just getting into production on, and we'll finish up this spring. And then the next round of soft plastics will be filling in some gaps on some colors. So Grenada Gold for the stroller will be one of them. We'll bring in Monkey Milk to the 2 inch and 3 inch slab slayer. That's
oh,
the
sweet.
those are the only two baits in the entire Garland lineup that don't have a Monkey Milk. We've
Oh, we
got
got to
sour
fix that.
milk, but we don't have Monkey Milk.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
Yep.
ain't nobody wants soured milk.
and then we're gonna do a kind of a reboot on colors for the minnow minder. So those will be the three soft plastic projects that are just filling in the gaps on top of any of the new stuff that we're doing.
I got a request on the middle binder on a
Oh,
Grenada
here we go.
Gold. That
Yeah,
would be a good one to keep in the
that would be.
mindset.
It
Yeah,
Would
would
be
be.
killer with a
just
minnow minder.
get an orange Sharpie and color in the glitter
That's
critters.
different.
Just color the
Yeah, there
table.
you go.
It's different. Let's see here,
Brandon Thomas
guys.
says the fishing is really starting to heat up on Hudson Main Lake. That's good to hear, Brandon.
Mhm.
Uh, hopefully this rain just tones it down. This little storm coming in is as long as it's not just rampant and drops a couple inches on us tonight. I think we have got some fishing to do the next couple weeks, and I am pumped up. I'm ready.
Miss Charles Henderson said, did anybody get the weight right on the tournament at Sardis this past
It's a good
weekend?
question.
Nobody guessed it on the nail. We've
Gosh,
been
you're kidding.
nobody's hit it. I think we got some guys that come, I mean, 2/10 off and 3/10 off, but nobody
Man,
actually hit it yet.
we
Uh,
had so many guesses last time. I just knew we were going to hit that.
we did not have everybody hit it, so Grenada's up on the agenda on the MCC, so that'd be a good one. We'll get
Yeah,
that
we
one
got a
going
big
the
one
week
on.
before as
Yeah.
well, and those
The
questionnaires.
Crappie Masters is it this weekend coming up? I think it may be. I think Crappie Masters is
I'm
this
not
weekend.
sure.
If it is, we got to do the guess on Crappie Masters too. I think it's this weekend.
We'll look those up and figure that out, but I
Yeah,
don't think it's this weekend.
maybe it's next.
Let
Then
me
somebody let us know.
let me see. I'll look it up in a minute, but yeah, somebody's gonna hit those, especially these heavyweight tournaments. It's always interesting to see how many guesses and see how far Dustin's off.
Well, I have been, I sure was close to the
John
Grand
Lee
Lake one.
has said his favorite colors would be monkey milk, double silver rainbow, and Grenada gold.
Those are
Mississippi guy
three
right there for sure.
three real good ones.
I think
Bobby
we should
Garland
name
said.
that Mississippi gold. So good here.
Hey, it's good in Oklahoma too, Brad. You know that.
It is. We proved that.
Trey said it's interesting that none of us mentioned monkey milk. You want to know a crazy fact about me and my arsenal of Bobby Garland baits? There's a chance I don't even have a monkey milk in my arsenal as far as just my starting pack. I don't know why, but I don't have the biggest confidence in it as I do of a lot of the other colors. I don't know what it is. Call me nuts, but I've dropped monkey milk a lot, and it just doesn't do me as good as some of the others. It's all a confidence thing, when you get in the right bite and certain water clarity. And
Oh yeah.
I just have, yeah, I really like instead monkey milk's good for both. I really try to hone in on like a certain one for a certain color, I guess, of water, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I use a lot of monkey milk in the summer months. And whenever our water for our lake is clear anyway, I seem to go towards the monkey milk, especially that
Hmm.
lighter natural tones whenever we get clear.
Hmm.
And also really cold water seems to me is I always think of crappie fishing, the seasons relate to each other. Winter relates to summer patterns, and then
Yeah,
spring and fall patterns kind of relate.
yeah, and bait fish too. Uh, in the winter and the summer, I'm revolving small, and I'm going natural. Like a live minnow is probably one of my favorites. Live minnow's
Here's a good
close. It's got
question. He
it's got
says,
pretty.
Terry's asking, said, do crappie beds look like brim beds? Not in my experience, or not on lakes that I fish, Terry. Typically for me, it's going to be rocks, some kind of wood structure, and they will spawn on, different things. But for our lake here, I look for rocks and some kind of wooden structure on the spawn in. Brim, typically, you'll see looks like craters on a moon surface, little circles all over, especially if you see it on down image or side image. It's going to be, looks like the moon surface to me.
Hey, here's a good one, Brad, and you know as well that your boat would be like this too. But Caleb Jones, the fella from Sea Light, they hooked me all up. Really rigged my boat up with brakes and everything. I just got their batteries, and they set all my wiring up. Well, he said he filled his he filled his
That's,
tackle box up by cleaning my bilge pump and seat
yeah.
services. And under the console, thanks, bro. He said, "There's no telling, Caleb. I know. Hey, Caleb, don't judge me for the disaster that boat really was. I was a little embarrassed, but just didn't have time to really go through it and clean
What?
it up.
It
Yeah,
is Crappie
she
Masters
was
this weekend.
she was a mess. It is this weekend. Okay.
Well, guys, we know what that means.
Yeah, well, it's guessing time, boy. Skylar's going to get in on this. Skylar, here's the deal. If you guess the weight exactly, then we're going to give you a Bobby Garland pack. We're going to set you
Oh.
up for a good. You know what? I'll give you all the baits, the greatest baits that I think will be good at your lake. I'm going to give you a good little goodie pack, little tackle box, and you can thank me later. And then I'll holler at my bosses to try to refill me.
But yeah, guys, this is the deal. This weekend, Grenada Lake, seven fish tournament. Or is it five with
Two
crappie
different
bass?
entries. No, it's a five fish. It's a five fish.
Five
There's two
fish
different entries
tournament
on this one though. You got to give your weight of the tournament and a big fish. You got to guess the biggest
on the
since Grenada's
dot.
the land
We
on the dot.
You got to be commented either on YouTube or Facebook, and it's got to be locked in before the tournament starts. So you can't start, give me the answers on Sunday afternoon. But we want somebody to hit it exactly, and we're going to send you surprises. It's going to be a great thing. It's always very fun to see if somebody can actually hit it. And I
Absolutely.
expect to see some heavy weights coming out of this
Gosh,
thing.
I
We're,
see
we're
some
not going to lie about it.
heavyweights. Weather does factor in it for sure. Weather's a big play. So someone hit me with what the weather's gonna be this weekend,
Oh,
but I've
I
got a
think,
number in mind. I got a number in
okay.
mind. I'll tell you this. I'm gonna go with the big fish. I think my record from last year is gonna get broken. It's gonna break my heart a little bit, but I think it's gonna get broke. I think there's gonna be a 390 on the dot. A 390 is gonna be weighed in. That's what I'm thinking. Someone's gonna weigh in a real giant. So 390 for big fish,
Ooh.
and then I got to think a little bit on top five fish.
Ooh. I'm got my calculator out.
I've heard of some giants being pulled out of there. I may be totally wrong, but we'll see. There was a 373 just pulled out of Sardis, so I know they're in there. There's one close.
I'm gonna do my five fish guess at 16 and a half pounds on five fish on Grenada.
That's that's a dang bag. Woo. I once weighed that with six fish. I weighed almost 20 pounds when I weighed in six instead of seven. Oh man, what a real joke that was.
Is that a 2 day tournament or a 1 day? So my guess needs to go up if it's a 2 day.
Oh yeah, it may be a 2 day tournament, and that'll throw everybody off. It's a 2 day tournament. That's why everybody's doing that. I was like, whoa. I got you now. Yeah, it's a 2 day.
Ooh,
Well, a lot
it's
of
two
good
days.
guesses.
So
A lot of good
they're
guesses.
coming.
Gosh.
Let me do mine. Mine would be 33 pounds to win it.
Stephen Sullivan, I know, is very, very aware of that location and fishes that area around there and knows what's up. And his is 3361. So I'm going to meet you both in the middle, and mine's going to be 3312. There's mine.
33
3312.
point
It's on record.
12. Okay.
33.12. Which
We'll
that
get a
that
lot of
is insane. That's gonna be
I'm gonna say my
crazy.
big fish. We're gonna go for a 4 pounder on this one. We're gonna go 406.
Woo! Wee. Man, if there's a 406, I'm gonna cry. But Steven Sullivan says 402. There's a chance. There's gonna be some giants weighed in. 2 day tournament, guys. There's a
2 day
few.
tournament, five fish
Yeah,
a
it's a
day.
2 day. Yep,
Yeah, it's
man.
gonna be
So
some
10
heavyweights
fish.
coming in this thing.
That's crazy. Skylar, come on. What do you think? I know your brain is rolling with it.
I mean, that's you pulling 33 pounds.
I know. I know.
That's
That's crazy.
something. That's something otherworldly. I'm gonna go with like a
Yeah.
310. Go with like a 310 average because I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah. That's
I
a
think
good
on
point.
five fish, yeah, everybody's gonna grab a kicker out
Yeah,
there.
you're right. You're right.
So
See, he's breaking
whatever,
this down. This is what
three
we
ten,
should.
that'd be what 31 pounds
31.
even.
31
Yeah,
pounds even.
Yeah.
I'd say around 31. I still think that
Now
that's
you
just
got me.
ridiculous.
You're right. It is ridiculous. I think we're way high, Brad, if you want me to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see. A
Okay.
310 average is even crazy, to be honest. But so Skylar Crappie Master scale's gonna weigh 1 pound exactly, usually 90% of the time, more than what like on an actual real handheld. So if you had 31 pounds on your handheld, it's gonna be 32, 33 on your up there on
You know,
this
Well,
scale.
and
I don't need that prize pack as much as you do, so I'm gonna say a
I'm just
three
saying,
ten average out
FYI.
there would be pretty impressive.
I'm gonna show you two baits that Sardis, and I had some buddies that fished Sardis this past weekend, and I got the messages Saturday afternoon that this was the style bait that was really hot on Sardis, and it's no shock to me at all. And it's the full size slab hunter.
Oh, I
They
believe
said,
it.
man, those big
Yeah.
mouth Sardis fish were eating up the slab hunters. Uh, and I think of Grenada, man. If I was going to go to Grenada, I would have some of the 3 inch slab slayers if you can find them, and also the
Mhm.
full size slab hunters up there for Grenada. I know those things up there love those baits as well.
100%. They were pulling shad out of them fish, unguided, like 6 inches or better. I
Hmm.
mean, they're feeding on big baits. So yeah, there could be a chance that they're wanting some giant baits.
Right now,
A
guys, we
lot of
got
good guesses.
279 likes, so we need some few more likes. So if you hadn't hit that like and thumbs up button for us yet, make sure you do it. Got some more time to give some questions. We got Skylar on board here, Bobby Garland Bates. Special thanks to you guys for putting up with Dustin and also me. I'm gonna throw
Yeah, mainly me.
but putting up with us and supporting what we're doing here. As you can tell, we have guys that come on here every single week, and without a company like Bobby Garland supporting us, we wouldn't be able to do this. So definitely special thanks for you guys at Bobby Garland for supporting fishermen and keeping a dream alive like this for not only Dustin and ourselves, but hopefully we get some people out there that take advantage of what we're trying to put out every week as well. So appreciate
100%.
it.
Yep, for sure. And you can get all this stuff. And if you don't have a store close, lurenet.com. And there is a code, Crappie Connection 15 without any spaces. You can get 15% off. That's kind of hard to beat, and it's season. So if you're doing it tonight, you're a little late, but it's still okay. I won't judge you to get on there and get your package for the spring.
Now I know I talked to Scholar the other day too, and Scholar was telling me that the camouflage caps, when are they going to be back available on LureNet?
Uh-oh.
2 weeks. 2 weeks
In two
from
weeks.
Man.
they're getting delivered to inventory. Go out on the shipment next week. So sometime either
Yep.
late next week, but probably that following week they'll be up. But there's still some core cats on there. There'll be a replenishment of those, but there are 50 50 or 7 no 74. There's 74 camo hats that I put
Oh
uh
yeah, good.
stickers on. So
Hmm.
74 will get
Really?
loaded in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
You've brought the Bobby Garland apparel back for sure. That's the best part so far. The new
What about
hats and
hats
shirts.
and shirts? Are there any hats or shirts available right now? I know at one time we did have some shirts on there.
We don't. I don't think there's any shirts up there right now. There's a couple of hoodies. There's a gray hoodie and a kind of a sky blue, like a light sky blue hoodie. Kind of like the shirt you're wearing, Brad. That color.
Hmm.
Those are just traditional, like heather cotton type
Yeah.
hoodies. And then the core cat is up there right now. There's still some in inventory, and that camo hat will come back. And then we'll look at I think this next year we'll probably look at putting some nice sun hoodies up on there with the Garland logo, but try to leave the apparel stuff to the apparel people out there. And
Yeah.
um, but every come see us down at Crappie Fest in a couple of weekends down here at the end of the month. I'll have some
Oh, there you go.
I'll have some sun hoodies there. I have the nice Carhartt ones and
Oh man,
some of the
that's
bigger
what I'm talking about.
sizes. I got some 2X and some 3X on the sun hoodies. So if you're
Guys, those are
rocking a 2X
really
or a 3X and you come by,
yeah.
but definitely
Those,
definitely check out Crappie Fest here in a few weeks if you're able to get down there. It's going to be 3 days of giving away everything under the sun for Bobby Garland. That's new.
jeez.
We'll have all the new baby shad. We'll have hats that you can't get anywhere else. There, we'll have.
Whoa.
No,
I'm coming.
somebody.
I'm
Oh,
coming. Did we lose you?
I
oh,
had a
there.
call.
Oh, there.
I had a
Yeah,
call
there
coming
it
in.
is.
It cut me off. Yeah,
Gotcha, gotcha.
we'll have hats, hats, and all the new baby shad. There'll be some. Well, I have a ton of stuff. Come by the Garland booth at Crappie Fest, or come by and see me. I'll be wandering around for 3 days, and we'll get you hooked up with some good swag and baits before you
Perfect.
get out of there.
Absolutely. Definitely appreciate you coming on here tonight, Skylar. And I know Jerry. We just did a podcast with Jerry, and it was put out, I guess, a week or so ago. But I want to say I'm looking at my calendar right now for Crappie Fest, and we're going to talk about that. I think it's the week. It's in 2 weeks. I want to say the 20th. Is that right?
27th.
27th.
20
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Friday the 27th
Okay.
is going to be the Bobby Garland fish fry and seminars
Dang.
on site, and then Saturday will be the big show, Crappie Fest tournament, and then Sunday this year there'll be an hourly tournament as well.
And
So
that's over at
there'll be
Lake Fort, right?
3 days of
Yeah.
festivities in Lake Fork, at the nice Sabine River Authority uh, launch and pavilion that they built over there by Yantis, and be a good time. Got
Very good.
big
Oh yeah,
concert
yeah.
Saturday night. Cody Kennan
Oh
and Whiskey
my.
Myers, and we're expecting quite the crowd out for that. It's a bring your own beer. I think it's a $20 cooler fee, so lots of good times
Oh
to be had
sweet.
on Saturday night after the
Yeah,
weigh-in
that's
at
that.
Crappie Fest.
There's Mr.
That will be a
Hancock.
good
He
time.
just responded on here March 27th, 28th, and 29th
There
over
we
at
go.
Lake Fork. It's going to be a great thing. And I think this is the second year of it.
12, I believe it's the 12th annual, but it's the second under the new
New ownership. Yeah.
leadership of trying to
Mhm.
put this thing on
Hmm.
steroids out there.
I think it did. As of last year, it's really gotten crazy. It sounds like. Um, yeah, 3 days of that on Fork. It seems like Fork's really starting to fish good too. So there should be some giant fish weighed in, no doubt.
Yeah,
A lot of
that's on my bucket list. I've never been in Fork. I'd like to come. Maybe next year we'll try to make some plans and get over there. And maybe even get in Dustin's boat with him. How
we
about that?
gotta
That would be
we
fun,
gotta
wouldn't it,
give
Dustin?
somebody a chance out there, Brad. We can't go out there and get a hold of Jerry and bully
Oh,
him
I'm
around
sure.
his own lake. We can't go bully him around on Lake Fork.
You want some payback.
uh, Jerry, you know I love you, buddy.
And Jerry's a big old guy. Don't make him too mad either.
Hey, he came down here and tried to bully me around my own lake, so I owe him one. I owe him one.
There you
But
go.
you ask him who got that W. Brad, I think we weighed in. I'm not kidding you. I might have weighed, say I weighed 895, they weighed 894. I mean, it was like I mean, a splash of water,
Mhm.
just barely. It was funny. Good stuff, though.
Brian Boyer said he was able to speak with George Tolson at Bass Pro in Broken Arrow a few weeks ago. Super nice guy. Man, George was back in the day. He was the guy that would get in scuba gear, go down and look at how different baits looked underwater, and just one of the founding fathers almost of innovating colors and different things. Um, but I'm glad to know he's still around. Bobby Garland does some things for you guys still, huh, Skylar?
Yep, yeah. George is still there, just northeast of Tulsa and Claremore, and still fishing outside. Fishes 11 months out of year outside of deer season. And he's on the water. But
I
yeah, if
believe it.
you ever see George Tolson, you can thank him for just about anything and everything in Bobby Garland. I
Yeah.
mean, it's quite the compliment at this point. If anybody follows any bass baits, there's not a there's not a Garland bait out there that hadn't been knocked off in the last 3 years from every crappie and bass company that's out there. I've seen
Hmm.
bass baits coming out now that are like 3 inch baby shad, 4 inch baby shad. So
Mhm.
Hmm.
George Tolson and Gary Dollahan, they did something real special with building crappie baits for soft
Yeah.
plastics and jigs and what it's become now. And you guys all out there, now in the next era with forward facing sonar, it's only gonna grow. I mean, it's we're just kind of in that transition stage right now between where this thing started 25 years ago and where it's going to be 25 years from now. Good time to be crappie
Awesome.
fishing for sure.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
no
Uh,
doubt.
this is an interesting question. He says, "Is there any plans to make a half-size live roamer closer to the itty bit size? Also, it would be nice to make a perfect size hook for the itty bits." Yeah, I know you can somewhat touch on some of that.
So with the live roamer, get yourself an itty bit, get yourself a pair of scissors,
Yeah, I was about to say
and
that.
go ahead and just chunk that sucker down, and then and how that head comes up, you put that with one of our balance jig heads, it blends right into that. You get a nice even profile. There's not really any designs right now. It's already an 1 3/4 profile. So knocking a 1/2 inch of it and downsizing it, you're going to lose some of that action that bait currently has in the back end of the tail. So we don't have any designs to do that at the moment. Um, but yeah, definitely with that bait, that's a really easy one because it's a symmetrical bait. Get some scissors and pare it down. As far as itty bit hooks are concerned, we've got an itty bit series, which are just our ball head hooks. Made some bigger sizes this year, so you've got a 64th all the way up through a 1/4 ounce with hooks that'll fit every single one of those itty bits. The 1/32 and 1/48 ounce overbite heads also do a good job of fitting those itty bits. The 1/48 for the smaller ones like the swimmer or the mayfly. 1/32 fits the slab slayer and the slab hunter well. Then we've got some new terminal coming out here in the next. Right now we're scheduled for July. That's going to be really cool additions that will fit all ranges of our baits, including the itty bits. So you'll have next to 12 15 options of head colors and hook sizes and hook types and bait keeper styles that'll fit that itty bit line come this summer.
Yeah, I know we've seen some of the prototypes, and I can't wait for you to share it actually with you guys. And as soon as they get them ready to go, we will broadcast them all over today's bite and show you guys as well. But I know some guys will be really excited to see some of this new stuff coming out. I know I cannot wait to test it out myself. So stay tuned, get ready for it. The new stuff's coming,
The big
and
year.
it's some really cool stuff coming. This year, yeah, in
Yeah.
26, it's got some stuff coming. I know typically the fishing industry, you guys release baits what during ICAST, is that right, Skylar?
It's kind of all over the place. Being now that we're owned by Pradco Fishing, we share production with 20 other brands. So it's really kind of when can you get into the queue when you've got, new projects and things like that. Typically, from a selling cycle, you like to get anything new in the late, like early summer, right before ICAST. It just makes it easier for distributor show seasons, loading into major retailers the next year. Bait shops are always going to have our product first before a Bass Pro or a Walmart or Shields Academy, any of the big retailers. So, but from proof of concept, usually to in a Bass Pro, best case scenario, you're looking at 14 months. So it's usually about an 18-month window of proof of concept to in a big box retailer. But typically, when we come up with something, we can get it in about 8 months into your local bait shops. So anytime guys are talking about stuff on the Crappie Connection or you see it on Bobby Garland Facebook or see it on LureNet, whatever. If you go into your local mom and pop bait shop, they can get stuff a lot easier than your major retailers can. So just ask them, say, hey, there's this bait. They put them in contact with us, tell them to go to Bobby Garland's Facebook page, message us. We'll figure out where they buy from because we don't sell direct to bait shops. We sell through big distributors who sell to the bait shops, but we can put them in contact with all that. So it's a lot easier for us to get your favorite baits to your local bait shops really quickly. And when it comes to the major retailers, that's anytime we're talking about something on here, it's not going to be until the next calendar year. That stuff will load in the following spring.
I know, like LureNet, is that kind of like the direct website to order from actually Bobby Garland itself? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's coming directly out of our inventory from our distribution center. So anything bought on LureNet is the last place that we have.
Mhm.
Like so where our inventory ends up before it goes out anywhere else, you're getting it directly from us. The one thing with I will say on LureNet, it is a great deal to be able to get on there and buy. Just make sure if you're gonna buy, you're ready to spend like $35 because you get free shipping on anything over 35. If you're under
Yeah.
$35, you're gonna get killed on shipping. So it's no fun to go put $12 in your cart and then see it's $25 because it's more for
Right.
shipping than it was for the deal.
Yeah.
But in comparison
Makes
to
sense.
other e-com sites, $35 as the threshold is
Yeah.
really low.
Very cheap. Oh yeah.
So
For sure.
yeah.
100%.
That's only about 10 packs of baits, and there you go. You're ready
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
shipped for free, and plus you
Hmm.
get 15% off too. But uh, thank you, Skylar, coming on. We're going to do this again. You guys got any questions? Is there an email or somebody could probably reach you at, Skylar? You mind giving that out?
I'd say go to the Bobby Garland Facebook page and just direct message us. That's going to be the quickest way for me to respond to
Okay.
you.
Easy enough. Well,
That's easy.
appreciate you guys. We'll be back next Tuesday night,
Yep.
7 o'clock, every Tuesday night, Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that like button, share it away. Got a lot of good stuff coming. New podcast that dropped last night, Spider Rigged in March. And let me see where we're at with that real quick. But
The fishing's only going to get better. The fishing reports are going to get better.
they're good now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Speak for
going to get
yourself.
better and
We're
better.
way behind, but it's getting
You're
ready to
weak,
get
but
better.
next week you'll have a
Yeah.
good one. But it's
Oh yeah. It's
Spider
good.
Rigging in March with Mr. Fred Rogers. It just dropped yesterday. It should be on iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and any other podcast stuff out there. So make sure you get out there and watch that and comment, especially if you still like spider rigging. Great way to still catch crappie, guys. But until next time, you got Brad Chapel here.
Holla. Dust Stash signing out.
Just that. Appreciate you, Skylar. We'll see you later, bro.
Thanks.
Perfect.